right there. So the first thing, we can go over our ingredients list. I already went through this with you guys on my tweeter. So if you're let us begin, that's right. Solid. So if you are, if you check my Twitter out, I have the ingredients listed there, but we can go through them anyways. So we have chicken. I have gotten chicken thighs. You can get chicken breast. If you get thighs, just double it up because they're like half the size. I kind of wanted like half-size chicken in this recipe, just kind of personal taste. But you can go like 6 chicken breast. I'm planning to make 6 meals with this. All right, 6 meals. So we got our chicken. We have oregano and dill. So I'm gonna kind of get that up and chop it up a tiny bit and make that a thing. We got some sliced mushrooms. Very simple. I've got potatoes. I have 3 pounds of potatoes. Seem like a good amount of potatoes. And then I've got olive oil, pepper, salt. That's sea salt. You can do regular salt, whatever. Onion powder and garlic powder. So this will be a little bit of seasoning. And then just some of these things, the aluminum foil things. So, let me open up my aluminum foil. That was the one thing I forgot to include on the list was aluminum foil. So I hope you have aluminum foil. Most people do, but I did not. So first thing we're going to do is push our ingredients to the side. And I'm going to make essentially 6 meal platters with this, okay? So I'm just going to do like 6 layouts of foil here. That'll be like a 12 by 12, something like that. That's what it is. Come on. Yeah. So 6 12 by 12s. That's about right. That'll work. We'll take it. You always imagine me living in what? Some kind of mansion? Is this not a mansion kitchen for you? No, I live in an apartment here. I wouldn't call it a mansion, but it does the job. Excuse me. Coughing all over the people's food, right? Gross. Making a hat? Yep. So yeah, you'll do 6 of these. You can do a 7th one though and make a hat if you would like. Protein in the back. We've got muscle milk, chocolate, and vanilla, I think, back there. Is Clock Girl scheduled to appear? She is welcome back. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. She did a pretty good on stream. Pretty good job on stream. Number 5. And one more. Assuming you would want to make a hat. Or a aluminum foil aeroplane, of course. Also a possibility. There's so many things that you can do with a 12 by 12 piece of anything, really. Alright, so we've got 6 of these. And we can kind of move these to the side by now, for now. So, let's get our cutting boards out. You got your real cutting board, and then this is like the one that they use for children in the little like play, you know, the kids' cooking systems. This is pretty much what comes with that. Your Barbie size cutting board. Let's get out our knife. Always be careful with knives, of course. I actually have sliced myself with a knife before, so because I'm probably not careful enough. So once again, we are dealing with raw chicken. When dealing with raw chicken, cleaning up is very important, and trying to not get the chicken all over the place. It's very important. Two things that are decently important. So, let's get some chicken things. I said I had thighs here. These are thighs instead of breast. There's a little more fat on these things, so I'm going to have to kind of cut it off a little bit. Work it around, whatever. So this is actually good though, because I wanted about... I wasn't sure how much chicken was in each pack. It was hard to see. So this is pretty decent. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to shave off all the chicken bits. Also, we're going to try something out called broiling today. I'm not really 100% sure what it all does and how it all works exactly. But we're going to give it a shot. I think it's like a replacement for grilling, but I don't have a grill. So we're going to broil today and see how that goes. So just trim off all the gross, nasty fat. If you got really bloody chicken or something, you can kind of trim that off if you'd like. Whatever not. Yeah. Fact is... what about this table? There's nothing wrong with it. The Amazon Echo out there thinks I'm talking to it. Yeah, we'll play around with the broil thing. And you know, the important thing is that the chicken's cooked through and not too overcooked, so we'll just kind of have to watch and monitor that. That looks pretty good for chicken piece number 3. Just kind of putting these over here for now. That's a nasty little bit there. There's that. That'll work. Chicken piece number 4. So, I was at the store today. This is actually a terrible story. Well, you guys can decide. I was at the store today. Something in my throat, sorry. And I'm sitting there, just get there, and I'm looking down the veggies aisle. And this cute girl walks up to me. Right? Well, not like walks up to me, but is walking towards me. So, you know, I'm doing the usual kind of glance sort of stuff, right? Like, oh, I'm not looking at you, but you're cute sort of thing. Trying to, you know, hope she doesn't catch me looking or anything like that. And as I'm doing this, she looks at me and she goes, oh, hey! Like she recognizes me. And it caught me so off guard, and I go, oh, hey, how are you? And she goes, good, how are you? And I go, good, how are you? Solid, Alex. Followed by a silence, and then, good. And I go, what are you doing here? And she goes, shopping? And I go, okay. And then I just bolt. Followed by proceeding to run into her about 9 more times at the store. Because of course, when you have an awkward encounter with someone like that, all you do is continue to bump into them over and over again. And then, after about 9 times of bumping into her over and over and being like, ha, okay, I gotta go, you just go, screw it. And so every time I saw her after that, I would just dart down an aisle. I was like, oh, found what I need over here, and would just turn and go. But of course, this is always after, like, we make eye contact, kind of. Like, I see her in the distance, and I'm like... So, you know, it worked out pretty well. I'd say things are going pretty well on that front. So, grocery store girl started off pretty hot. We'll see where things go there. So, I still don't know how the heck I know her. I saved and quit, essentially. I saved and quit. And I'm still sitting here, and at some point, maybe, during this, like, cooking, will I go, oh, that's how I know her. But that's not right now. I still don't know who she is. She was cute, though, which was interesting to me. You know, cute girl that knows who I am. I don't know. I mean, I've clearly ruined all chances there, but yeah, I saved and bailed out of that one. Alright, we're just getting rid of that. Okay, we've done half our chicken. Now on to the other half. So, but I really don't know. I really don't know. BYD, tell me how I know her. She's not one of the girls. And I don't, she's probably an accountant and I just can't remember. I just don't know. I don't know where I've ever met her. Lick the chicken. Yeah, that's a good idea. That seems smart. So I like to use the knife as like a carrying vessel. I don't know if that's the safest or best thing to do, but it's how I've done it for years. And I've only cut myself a couple times. So, do what you wish for transport of your chicken here. Honestly, you can just use your hands if you want, because you're going to get your hands up in it later anyways. So we're going to go ahead and keep cutting our chicken. That part. Just getting the fat off. This piece isn't that bad overall. Let me get rid of a little bit over here. She is Tunnel Girl's friend. Oh, well, I'm really screwed then. I am totally screwed then. No chance there. Okay, put this here. And it's a little hard to read chat, so I do apologize if I don't read chat quite as well. We should totally grab some coffee. Well, the problem is, I don't know if I know her because she's like dating one of my friends. So that was kind of the, you know, I was totally considering it, being like, hey, we should grab coffee sometime. But like, I should know her, you know? Like, I already acted like I knew her, and she clearly knew who I was because she said hello. But if she's dating one of my friends, then me asking her to coffee is like the most inappropriate thing that could possibly happen. So I got no clue. I got no clue. So today we're making, I guess, did I ever say what we're making? I guess I didn't. Today we're making a chicken and potato grilled, broiled, whatever dish. Oh, I didn't want chicken on that. Well. So nice and easy. Whatever. Worst case, you spend an hour with a cute girl getting coffee. Now that's best case. Worst case, she goes, do you want me to tell Bill about this? And I go, nope, that's how I know ya. Also, it'd be worse if she goes, sure, you've got my number, or something like that. And then I'm like, what's your name again? I mean, there's just so many things that, you know, you should really find out how you know someone before asking them on a date. Otherwise, all for it. Totally for it there. I mean, you guys know me. I would be totally all dating her if I knew, but that's the one thing holding me back. That's it right there, for sure. Otherwise, I'd be all over that dating thing. Something like that. Okay. And I don't really like that piece. Too many weird fatty things in it. Okay. Find out nothing and ask for a date anyway. What? I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Like, my thinking is, I'll eventually remember who she is, maybe. And then when I do, if I remember, and I remember that she's not dating one of my friends, or something like that, then I could be like, hey, saw you at the store. You were looking great. What's cooking, good looking, you know, something like that. Come up with some sort of cheesy, bad pun, and then use that as a segue into inviting her for coffee or something. It's guaranteed to work. I'm pretty sure. Alright, I think I've massacred this chicken just about enough. I'm probably just slaughtering it and wasting a lot of chicken, but this is my cooking channel, so this is how it's going. Perfect. So now we have our chicken. That's great. So, I'm going to put our chicken thing in over there. I don't think I really need this knife anymore. So I'll put the utensils too. So now I'm going to go ahead and get a bowl out. This is going to be our mixing bowl right here. Is this about Tunnel Girl? No, Tunnel Girl she has moved on. Not like dead or anything, but she's moved to another city. Okay, so now I have to get my measurements, make sure I have them right. I'm going to want a teaspoon and a half. I should get my measuring cups. That's a fourth of a teaspoon. There you go. Let's do this thing. Okay, so I want a teaspoon and a half. Perfect. Of garlic powder and onion powder. So that's these things. Got it. One. I'm just gonna put like half. Perfect. This is gonna kind of be our chicken rub a little bit. 1.5 of that. And what I've found with spices is some spices will ruin a dish if you like go nuts with it. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just gonna kind of like, so I'm gonna do like 1/2 teaspoon and a little more because I like black pepper. So some things, if you like over salt a dish, you can ruin it. But a lot of things, you can kind of be pretty picky on your spices. And it's great. And it's great. Spicy. So you can kind of be like, I like pepper. I'm going to put a little more. Salt, you have to be careful with. That's too much salt. That's good. Salt, you have to be careful with, because an over-salted dish is the easiest way to ruin it. La measures, that's right. That's perfect. We got backseat cooking in here. Perfect. That's great. Then I want some dried basil and dried dill here. Or oregano, sorry. Let me go ahead and just kind of get some of this off. And then I'm going to kind of mush it up a little more. So you kind of pick the leaves off this stuff. Smells good. Delish. So pick the leaves off some basil here. And the unfortunate thing, at least in my store I go to, is you can't really get more than a lot of this. So you don't really need a ton. I mean, it's like, same idea, 1/4 teaspoon really. But what you gonna do, you know? Dried tail? What? Dried oregano? Why is everything so pink? Is it? I don't know. It's my phone camera. Is my phone camera really pink? I guess I have bad lights. So I live in a really old building, and the lighting in here is terrible. So like the lighting on my stream is because I have an actual lighting kit, but the lighting over here, that's probably way more than enough, I'm gonna guess. So I'm just gonna kind of rip this up a little bit, and let's see, is this that's not really a great chopping knife. No. Sure. I'll get some dill as well. So the lighting in here is like really terrible lights. It's horrible. But what you gonna do? You know, you can't stuck with it. Ooh, these just smell wonderful. This is just such a beautiful smell. Mmm, delicious. So once again, just kind of picking leaves off. And a little bit more. That should be good. Okay. So just kind of pulling this apart. Whatever not. Do what you want to do. Once again, this is your chicken. This is your food. If you want a little more dill, a little more oregano, throw a little more oregano in there, you know? If you want to put a little more pepper, put a little more pepper. If you want to put a lot of salt, all right, well, be careful on the salt. Once again, that's the one. You oversalt something, there's no going back. There's no going back. You can always add salt. Removing salt doesn't always work so well. I once made the most fantastic pasta in the world and pasta sauce, all homemade, the pasta from scratch, everything like that, and then I oversalted it like an idiot. And that sauce was so much harder to eat. So I'm just gonna kind of like chop it up a little bit, not trying to mince it too much, but I just want to give it a little bit of chop. There's some big leaves in there. I don't even know if this is really in the recipe to do this or if this is supposed to be done like that, but whatever. Once again, it's your meal. You have fun. You do what you want to do. So we're chopping it up some. And be careful around the knives, once again. Remember, always hold the knife this way. That way, when you hand it to somebody, you're handing them handle first, and they can't get stabbed. Very important tool. Very important tip. Did I say I've only been cut twice? Maybe like 3 or 4 times. Maybe like 3 or 4 times. Or 5. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these away. Alright, so we've got a little bit of our spices there. I think we've got all of those. Onion powder, yep. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got this. I'm going to kind of give this a little toss-a-roni. Mix this up. We've got a nice little like rub, a little mixture that we can sprinkle on top of our chicken and stuff later. So, should have called you from the grocery store, what? Perfect. So now, let's get another bowl. This is bowl city over here. So now we're gonna go ahead and do some oil. I'm gonna get a few tablespoons, maybe like 4 or 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do like a half. 4.5 tablespoons seems pretty decent. So we'll put some of that in there. And then, actually we'll hold off on that. I have to cut up the potatoes. Forgot to remind myself. That's right. So, here we have some red potatoes. You can tell they're red because of the color. It also says red potatoes. So that's good. Make sure that you get these, or you can use gold potatoes as well, or yellow potatoes, whatever. That also would work. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some slice and dice on these. So it's going to be pretty simple. And we'll go ahead and use this bowl as like our holding point for these potatoes here. And I'm going to just cut off some ends. I don't know why, but we'll do that. So then I'm just going to cut kind of some slices. You know, whenever you get those yummy potato slices with your meals, also probably not the best cutting form. Just, I've only cut myself like 6 times with a knife. So, you know, in all the years I've been cooking. So we'll go ahead and just do that. Cut off her ends. But you want to be a little bit careful when doing so. These are a little tough. I hate cutting these little things like this. It's always so difficult. Make sure that we're going with this right. Yeah, perfect. Cut here. Did I wash the potatoes? Are you supposed to wash potatoes? Maybe. They're gonna be cooked anyways. You can wash your potatoes if you want. Alright, we'll go wash our potatoes after this. How does that sound? It's always that last piece. Okay, we'll do that. We'll get our baggie. Just give them a nice rinse. Good in this one. They looked pretty clean to me, so I was giving them benefit of the doubt. Whatever. They're being cooked anyways. They're being cooked. You guys are all crazy. Perfect. So cut off our ends. So we're just going to go ahead and go through some slicing here. So a technique that you're supposed to kind of use, and I try to use to the best of my abilities, is to, you know, you want to like cut with your knuckles, right? So you're kind of like, I don't know if you guys can kind of see how I'm cutting, but essentially you don't have your fingertips out, so that way you can't cut your fingertips. And like I said, I've only cut myself like 7 times with a knife in my life, you know, cutting things. So it's not too bad that it happens, but it does happen every now and then. So you just want to be a little bit careful. That's all. Scrub the soil from them. I mean, these look pretty clean. I didn't see any soil on these. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So yesterday, we can go into little like stories or whatever, because we're going to be here cutting for a little bit. The soil's the flavor, exactly. Exactly. The soil's the part that's the secret ingredient. When somebody comes to your restaurant, right? Restaurant de Llama, and they go, what is that about your potatoes? And you go, it's a secret. And they're like, ooh, tell me. And you're like, I don't wash them. And they're like, don't tell me anymore. Don't tell me anything. I never want to hear the secret ingredient again. So that's why you just don't tell people. Just keep that your secret. Shh. Keep that your secret. This is going to be a lot of potatoes. I feel like we have too many potatoes now. How many potatoes are in this bag? 1.5 pounds. 3 pounds of potatoes seems like way too many. Alright, we're going to make a judgment call here. You can also do this during your cooking. You can make judgment calls. And I'm going to say maybe 2 pounds will do. That seems about right. We'll go for like 2 pounds. Something like that. But yeah, so yesterday we had Man vs. Stream on Saturday. So I went to bed. I woke up about 5 hours later. So I only got like 5 hours of sleep. But I was starving. I was so hungry. How so many? I know. I know. Well, that's just a runt, so we'll throw that away. So I woke up at like 5 hours later. So it was like 1 or 2 o'clock. I got chicken and waffles. It was alright. The chicken was like I was hoping for like a good, like meaty fried chicken, something like that, and it was like frozen chicken strips or something. So a little disappointing. But I live in a small town. It doesn't have very good food options. So it's kind of what you get here, unfortunately. Anyways, so did that and came home, cleaned up everything, and started to like declutter some stuff. Because my room was kind of a mess. When Clock Girl came over, I was like, just don't look at my room. It's disgusting, I know. So I cleaned up, so now it's not as embarrassing. You know, in case Baseball Girl comes over or something like that. That way it's presentable of a place. And then I went right back to sleep, probably around like 5 o'clock. And then I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning for work. I slept for, what is that, 15 hours? Something like that. Pretty ridiculous. But now we're all caught up. So it was great. And we had a fun time. Did you guys have fun during Manverse Stream? I had a pretty fun time, minus the Necro being the worst character to ever exist in the history of all Manverse Stream Diablo 2 edition characters. But other than that, chat was engaging. Clock Girl came over. I thought it was pretty good. There were a lot of new faces that showed up. That's always cool. Love seeing that stuff. Sad you couldn't watch it all? Well, it's on the YouTube. Though some people are having difficulty watching it. And even if you're talking and telling stories, make sure that you're always watching and being careful with the knife here. I've only cut myself like a handful of times, maybe like 10 or something, with a knife. So just be careful that it doesn't. You're not losing attention on your knife skills there. Just make sure you're being careful. What are we cooking? We are cooking some grilled chicken and potato things. So now I'm going to get a couple more potatoes. These ones look like they need a wash. The other ones looked washed. These ones need a wash. Perfect. And that'll put us right around 2 pounds. So I'm doing about 2 pounds of potatoes. This is my like beginner knife. I actually have a really sharp knife over here. This is my like fancy killer knife. Look at the shine. Ooh, baby. Wow. Ching, ching, ching. This is the knife that you kill somebody with. But I'm a little scared to use it because I've cut myself with a knife about a dozen times in my life. But they haven't been too bad of cuts because the knife has been at least a little bit more dulled out or whatever. But that knife, like, you don't play around with that knife. That thing is, you know, you grab that one in the wrong way and you just slice your whole hand off. So definitely be careful. Definitely be careful. So we're just going to cut a few more. That's when I get my knife cutting skills a little bit better. Once my knife cutting skills are Top Chef Japan edition, then I'll use the dagger over there. Because it's amazing how like sharp that is. You can like just like set it on like a metal bowl, and it'll just like melt through the bowl like butter. If I cut myself with that knife, I probably wouldn't even realize I cut myself with that knife until it was like halfway through my body. That's how sharp it is. I was scared to take it out of its packaging for about 3 months after I got it. Just because I thought I would cut myself taking it out of its packaging. Well, I didn't touch the chicken with my hands. But additionally, like, all these potatoes are going to go get cooked and everything anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. I'm not touching anything that's not being grilled and cooked. So it should all be fine. Okay. So we're almost done here. Got one more potato. I know this is the long, tedious part. You're like, get to the fun stuff where we just watch it grill. I will, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Sometimes prep takes a little bit, especially when you're slow, like me. Okay, so we've got our potatoes. I'm actually gonna like pull half the potatoes out for a second. I don't wanna do this. There's too many potatoes in the bowl at the moment. Let me get rid of the ends here. Okay. So I pull like half the potatoes out. Set them over here for a second. And this is so we can have the chicken in here as well. And now we're going to get to the actual prepping of everything. So we'll get our mushrooms. These are already pre-sliced, so a lot nicer that that's been done for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of wash these. And we'll be using about 1.5 cups of the mushrooms here. So there's no good tool to really measure out how many mushrooms are in a cup, unfortunately, because the whole metric system and everything like that. So the best thing that you can do is just grab kind of like a handful and a little bit, right? And you go, that's about a cup. So that's how you can tell that it's about a cup. And then we'll just kind of start mixing things up. And here's where we're going to get our hands a little dirty. I'll go ahead and put some foil down. Perfect. If you want to like put a little oil on the foil, it rhymes, so it has to be something that is good to do. You can kind of oil up your foil. Perfect. So now I'm going to get this. I'm going to get a couple pieces of chicken, or we can get all the chicken. And now it gets gross, right? Ew. I'm just going to kind of start mixing it around. So this is not our spice bowl. Please note that. This is our olive oil bowl. So I'm just kind of getting the olive oil all over the chicken, all over the mushrooms and potatoes here. Kind of getting a nice juicy, disgusting mess going on. Okay. And once we have this, I'm just going to kind of grab out a couple handfuls here. All right, so I got one piece of chicken in each hand, a few more potatoes, some potatoes and some mushrooms. We're just going to kind of make a mess, right? Presentation here is not crazy important. We're just going to kind of make a mess on this thing. And that looks pretty good to me. So now you can just kind of fold it up a little bit, and we'll do a better pinch job on that later. But for now, we'll just put that to the side like this. And we'll go into number 2. Same idea, get yourself a nice a nice good handful in each of those. Alright, make sure you get some chicken, right? So we got a piece of chicken in each, some potatoes, some mushrooms. Put that together. Alright, make your presentation as you wish, but not too important. Alright, once again, we'll fold it up. And we'll work on our pinch job afterwards. It's your third piece. And here you can just collect kind of the final remains of everything in here. And if it's a little soaked in olive oil, that's okay. I like olive oil personally, and that'll make everything kind of not stick as much anyways. Now I'm going to get some more potatoes and mushrooms right here. Okay, so that's number 3. Kind of pin this up. Put that to the side. I'll put a little more olive oil in here. Not too much. That's maybe a tablespoon at best. I'm going to grab some more mushrooms. Once again, get like, you know, that's about a cup. And here's once again where you can kind of play with it, right? Do you want more mushrooms? You can have more mushrooms. That's your own choice. And that's the beauty of it. This is up to you. You want more potatoes? Put more potatoes. Do you want to put jelly beans in there? I mean, I can't stop you, right? Make your own meal, sort of thing. I don't know if I'd put the jelly beans though. That's my, if I'm gonna give my advice, maybe hold off on those. Great on the side though, little side dish. Okay, so just mixing this up, making sure everything's getting a nice coating of that olive oil. And I love olive oil, personally. And you can use extra virgin or pure, whatever it is. Doesn't really matter. I forget which one's better in which cases. Some people are like, oh, use extra virgin olive oil, you know, when you're grilling or whatever. I forget. There's specific times because the different burn points or something. But this is cooking for Twitch streamers. So that's all. We aren't professional chefs. Okay, so we got that. We'll put it to the side. There's this. Some more foil here. Now we've got this mixture. Kind of dig in there, grab a couple pieces of chicken and some stuff, some goodies. Doesn't that look tasty? If it doesn't yet, it will later. Don't worry. Once it comes out, you'll be like, hey, Mr. Llama, you might know a thing of what you're saying. Or it'll come out terrible and we won't upload this video or ever speak of it again. One of the two things will happen. I'll be banned from my channel for ever speaking of this incident. Something like that. Get some chicken, potatoes. I want a few more potatoes in that. Right there. That looks good. It's a nice little mixture. Okay. Fold that puppy up. And final piece. Got final bits of chicken and everything. A couple more mushrooms and potatoes. That seems pretty good. We'll leave a couple in there. That's fine. We'll give those to the trash birds. Perfect. So, now we have all of that disgusting stuff all over our hands. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of open these up a little bit, right? This is why we haven't pinched them shut yet. Open them up a little bit. And this is where we're going to come in with our seasoning and kind of give a little razzle dazzle. Right? actually want to wash and dry my hands, otherwise it's going to stick all over my hands. And nobody likes sticky hands. Okay. Why not mix it before? Well, I just wanted to kind of give it a little sprinkling on top. If you want to mix it in, you can do that. That's totally fine. Okay, so now I've got this. I've got my mixture over here. I'm just going to kind of get it and just kind of like sprinkle it on top, right? Sprinkle it on. Put a little bit all up in there. Get nice and deep. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that just looks wonderful. Open it up a little bit if you want, you know? It's a little tight, a little narrow. Open it up first. Make sure that you're getting your mixtures kind of spread all over the chicken and potatoes and stuff. And go ahead and just, you can go back over it if you'd like, right? If you've already got it there before, go back over it. That'll work. Delicious. Like I said, there's some things that you can overdo with seasoning and whatnot. And sometimes though, sometimes it's just nice. Sometimes it's just nice. And it takes a lot to over-season with certain things, so it just depends. And there's a little more here, a little more there. Alright, this is looking pretty darn good, guys. I'm pretty excited for it. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and wash our hands and do a little bit of cleanup here soon. Now we've got our grill, or our oven broiling, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch up each of these at the top and kind of make them a little, whatever you want to call it, a package, right? If you're wrapping a Christmas gift for your mother, you might use a similar form, because we're all terrible at wrapping Christmas gifts. So yeah, pinch it up towards the top here. Kind of nice. It's where your mom gets it and she shakes it and she goes, "Ooh, I wonder what it is. Is it paper clips? Is it a toaster?" And she opens it up and it was a paperclip toaster, you know? I mean, moms are always good at guessing that stuff. They know everything. They know everything. Okay, so we've kind of got them closed up here. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, careful, open up our oven, which is set to broil. And then I'm just going to slide these in, about 5 to 6 inches on top. Careful not to burn yourself. I've only burned myself like one time in my life. And it wasn't very fun though, so do be careful. Ovens get hot. Okay. Number 6. Perfect. So when you're broiling, you actually leave the oven open, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody in the chat can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think you leave the oven slightly cracked. We can give an example like that, right? I think that's how you're supposed to broil. That might be wrong. Feel free to correct me. I haven't broiled too much. So now we're going to set them in. We're going to put the timer. We'll go about 15 minutes here. Something like that seems good. No, no. Open more. The heat escape. It's broiling, not baking. Broiling. I think you're supposed to leave it open. That's so wrong. There's no heat. There's tons of heat. It's a broil. We'll look it up on the Google. Let's see. Let's see who's right. Broil. We'll see. Yes, you leave it open or your food burns. Thank you. It's electric, I'm pretty sure. There's no flames when I gas it, so the top at least. The top at least is a broil thing. You do want the oven open. Close the door. Man, you guys are all over the place. Broil, do I leave oven open? How about that? How about that? A general rule of thumb is that you leave the oven door open when broiling in an electric oven, but closed in a gas oven. I'm pretty sure this is electric. So I think we leave it open. That's the Google, and it doesn't lie. I'm pretty sure it's not gas. If it's gas, I might just die. I might just die. Boom, roasted. Best results, broil with door ajar. It seems like this is a hot topic. So, right. It seems like everybody's confused. Most ovens sold today are built as closed door. Well, how do I know? Alright, let's keep Googling just for a second. I feel pretty comfortable leaving it open, but you know, it's one of those things that you should probably double check. So check with your oven. I'm guessing it's electric, like I said. It's electric on top. I just don't know if the oven, it's electric. There's no fire or anything. Oh, hold up. Read this guide carefully. Broiling. Keep. It's not saying anything. I don't see it. Well, I don't pay any bills. I'm pretty sure it's electric, guys. I think it would be smoking if it was gas, right? Or it would smell like gas in here. Something like that. Settings, walk, fat. Man. Broil, broil, broil. Where is it? This is baking. Timed baking. Roasting? Is that broiling? No, here we go. Broiling. The oven door should be open to the broil stop position. See? Booyakasha. Perfect. So there you go, everybody. You need to read your instructions of your oven. So mine says do it. And it has a broil position. I'm assuming that's what the position was, because it kind of holds firm at a slight crack. We're making a grilled potato chicken today. So, anyways. Now we're going to wash our hands. Always important, use some soap and water there. Okay, so put things back. And it's nice to kind of clean up as you go. It's something that if you wait for a little bit, it's generally not going to be quite as good. Chickens, mushrooms, potatoes, and some seasoning, that's right. You generally don't want to like wait to clean, because then you get to the end and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired, and I have to clean everything up. And that's the worst. So if you want to kind of clean as you go, that works. So, y'all know that I'm a smoothie guy, so let's make a smoothie. So today's smoothie is going to feature a little bit different flavors. So I went out and got this berry medley. Yummy. So it's got some mixed berries. I'm going to grab a nanner over here. So you got banana, some orange juice. Snag a little Greek yogurt out of there. And what else am I looking for? There's one more thing I want. I can't remember. We'll think about it. Anyways. So we'll do our banana. I want to put a little ice in it too. I guess we can do that. So we'll put our banana in. A little bit of ice. Fill it back up for next time. We'll try and get a cup. It's not going to fill it. We'll do a half cup down here. Try and just get a little more. Some Greek yogurt. It's always a good source of protein. Okay. Then we'll cut into our berries here. Gnaw into our berries here. Do I have scissors or something? Try and get some scissors in your pantry. Alright, there we go. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, I'm gonna get scissors. 1 second. Okay. Oh, that's like 1,000 times easier. I probably could have used a knife, but I've only cut myself like a baker's dozen amount of times. So you want to be careful. I figure I'd rather not cut myself again today, trying to slice that open. So I'm just going to grab like a handful or something like that. It's pretty good. Put that down. I like to add a little bit of green. So once again, we'll go back to the spinach, right? This is kind of a personal fave. You don't even taste it. Great way to get a little bit of extra veggies in your diet without even realizing it. However, make sure the spinach isn't old, because old spinach smells weird. It smells like pee or something, I don't know. Really not that appetizing. And then we're just going to do like half cup of OJ or something. I'll kind of give a little bit of that. And I guess I could put a little milk in there. Maybe that's the 5th ingredient I'm not thinking of. That'll work. Just a dash of milk to yummy it up a little bit. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Delicious. So it's just going to be kind of a little basic smoothie here. Perfect. Mmm, yummy. Beautiful. Look at that portion size too. Couldn't have planned it better myself. So that's just like, I mean, if you're looking to get a nice, simple, easy, you know, hey Mr. Llama, what's an easy way to get a lot of the healthy things in my life? Smoothies are the best. Honestly. And you can go crazy, right? There's so many other things that you can put in. And there's so many different flavors as well. And of course you can add things like protein powders or peanut butter. You can always change the fruit up. All sorts of things like that. Make it nice and easy. And once again, like I said before, I like to clean up my, all planned, boys. I like to clean up my station a little bit beforehand, so that way I don't feel so bad about it at the end when I look and see like all the pots and pans and blenders and everything like that. Just makes me feel a lot better about myself when I clean along the way instead of waiting till the end. And because there was chicken on this table too, we're going to go ahead and get some disinfectant wipes. We got over here. One more. You always want to kind of disinfect any surface that has had chicken on it. Move our smoothie. Perfect. So that's a nice easy way to wipe it down. You like to put cigarettes in your smoothies. Hey, you know, we all put our own things in smoothies. That's interesting. It's interesting. How long something freezer? I missed that question, I apologize. Okay, we got our initial timer going. So now I'm gonna leave them in a little bit longer. That's our initial, hey, you've started it. So now if I want, I can like crack them open a little bit. I'm actually gonna kind of check over here real quick on my notes. See what I kind of jotted down. Open them up. Okay. So we're gonna go another like 7 minutes or so, and then we're gonna open them up. And the reason is because we don't got that broiler going or anything. Ooh, that's a good smoothie. Delicious. There's a medley of berries right there, kind of all together. Very good. So at this point, I'll actually get my containers out as well. So these are just nice, simple containers. Sure it is. Broil is grill. We'll check on them soon. How does that sound? We'll check on them soon. So we've got our containers over here. Like I said, we're making 6 meals. These are just nice, easy to go, dishwasher safe. They keep it simple, make it easy for me. Preparing next speedrunning food? Yep, that's right. That's right. What's this for? So I like to prep for the next X days, essentially. So you've got like dinner, lunch, dinner, lunch, dinner, lunch. I'll probably have one of those meals, like a lunch or dinner, with somebody else, like going out. So it's just kind of like the next 3 to 4 days, every meal along the way, kind of. We'll just kind of do it and see how it goes and whatever. But it makes it easy. Great cheap option. Saves from going out, you know, for dinner in a rush every time. Especially because I go work out, stream, or shower, stream. And that's kind of my life through everything. And so when I go through all that stuff, it just gets like, it's just way too, you know, I don't have enough time to really sit down and cook every day. Or if I am going to go out to eat sometimes, you know, I have to rush and all that. So the smoothie has orange juice, milk, Greek yogurt, mixed berries, and a banana and some ice. Very simple. And like I said, there's a million things you can do with smoothies. And they're all just so great. So I checked the chicken for drops before I cooked it, for sure. So I'm actually going to grab, I'm not sure how I want to grab these off. I think I'm going to get a pan here. So I'm just going to get like a pan like this. I'm going to kind of like push it on, essentially. That should be the easiest way to kind of check things out. So we're just going to kind of push one on here and see how it looks. See how things are going with these packages. Oh yeah, oh plenty more to be done. So I'm actually going to start opening these up at this point. Alright, you gotta get off though. There you go. Now we'll open them up for a little more open face cooking at this point. Come on. Once again, being careful not to burn yourself. Ooh, that is really hot in there. That is really very hot in there. Okay. This number. Couple more. Open it up. And of course, the important thing to check with these as we go along is that our chicken is getting cooked all the way through. So that's what we're really going to keep our eye on. And we can see here our chicken is not cooked all the way through at all. So that's why we're opening it up, letting it kind of pierce the chicken a little more. Cook, and we'll return that back to its broil state. And I'll set our pan down over here. So we can check again on those later. But it's just kind of that waiting game like we said before, right? Same sort of style. Looks like I need the llama mitt for the other hand. I do have it over here. Surely get it. The chicken really wows the accountants, for sure. They love it. There you go. There's the llama mitt. Perfect. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to put another 10 minutes on this timer. Just based on what it looked like, plus kind of want 10 minutes with the foil open and stuff. Pitaya? Banana, vanilla, honey. Oh, honey was the other ingredient. That was the other ingredient I forgot. I've got some honey over there. I forgot to add it in. How do I plan my meals? It kind of depends. So, I used to do a lot more like lifting and stuff. Now I just do really cardio, so I've kind of adjusted. But back when I like lifted more, I used to plan out my meals very accurately, right? And I was trying to eat like 3,800 calories a day. Just enough time for a bowl of cornflakes, that's right. So I was trying to do like very detailed, 3,800 calories a day, you know, 240 grams of protein, whatever it was. And now I've kind of adjusted that down to just being more chicken, veggie, sometimes throw in like a couscous or something to kind of supplement it. But the portions kind of change. I just like to make sure that I'm hitting like each of those. I'm eating fudge, right? And then there's that as well. So we all have different diets and stuff. But that's kind of like I like to get like fruit for smoothies, right? And that's a great way to get your fruits in and stuff like that. I like to get chicken, fish, kind of like leaner proteins, but I'll do beef and things sometimes. Carbs kind of optionally in and out, and then I always like to have some sort of veggie in there. It's just always good, and that's also why I throw like spinach in my smoothies, because you can't even taste it. I literally have no clue that there's spinach in this, besides the fact that I put it in, you know. But like if somebody gave this to me and told me, you know, didn't tell me, I would never know. I do like key lime pie, that's true. Where's the pizza? So I have an emergency frozen pizza in my freezer. That's just, yeah, that's just there. In the event that like all of these run out and I have to have food and I have nothing to cook and I don't have time, I can toss that in. Is a dinner of 8 potatoes a balanced dinner? I mean, if you really need some carbs, go for it. I mentioned an issue with my spine before. So I have like kind of scoliosis, but I also have a spine that's more like, if you're looking at me sideways, like from this angle, I have a spine that kind of like curves out, right? Gives a little like badonkadonk in a way. And so on that curve, like a lot of the stress is right at the bottom of my tailbone. So when I do lifts like deadlifts and stuff like that, all of the like weight and stress goes right to my tailbone. And so that kind of sucks. So I try to avoid lifts like that. Supported lifts are a lot better. We're going 95%. That was a lot to read in a short time. Start doing crockpot meals. And then do a hell speed run while I crockpot. Crockpot meals are great. So right now we're doing grilled chicken and potatoes and mushrooms. Why so many cornflakes? I like cornflakes. Cornflakes are the best. Thanks, Chels. I like cornflakes. My goodness. Now you're going off to the fridge? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I like to eat decent food. But yeah, so I used to crock pot a lot more. I used to crock pot like all sorts of different things, chilies and different like chicken mix deals and whatever stuff. But then I don't know. Then I was just tired of it, I guess. Like you had to like do it the night before, let it go for like 10 hours, wake up in the morning before you went to work and like take it all out and put it in all the containers and stuff. And I just got kind of tired of all that. Yeah, that's Captain Crunch. So I don't really eat sugary cereals. I haven't eaten that Captain Crunch is like a year old. I really don't eat cereal or much stuff like that. It's broiled chicken. Close enough. But I do like Captain Crunch if I'm going to eat it. That was like my moment of weakness a year ago. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go get some Captain Crunch. It's good. Fridge or freezer? So I'm just gonna fridge these because this will be like the next 3 to 4 days. I'm fine eating that or eating these meals over the next 3 to 4 days. If I was gonna go like, I think anything over a week, maybe like 6, 7 days, we're starting to push it. And then I might just toss a couple in the freezer or bring them out later. Well, every time I feel I'm at the store, I'm like, oh, I should get some cornflakes. I think I'm running out. And then I get home and I'm like, I still got some cornflakes. So it just kind of is this cycle that keeps repeating over and over again. I think I got rid of like 2 boxes just a couple weeks ago as well. Yep. Oh yeah, Captain Crunch destroys my mouth every time. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. But it tastes so good. Captain Crunch was one cheat day one time before. I would say, I mean, I don't really know if I have cheat days really. I just try and eat healthy when I can by doing things like this, and then, but I eat a lot of candy. Candy's my cheat. I eat way too much of that. So I try and cut down on candy when I can. Exactly though. The one day I don't get cornflakes at the store, I'll be like, I got 3 boxes. I'll come home and they'll all be empty. And I'll be like, I should have got cornflakes. And then we start all over again. Yeah, candy's my guilty pleasure. For sure. T3 challenge, eat a bowl of cornflakes. New challenge, buy another box of cornflakes. Everybody send them through Amazon. I'm just gonna come home and have like 17 boxes of cornflakes at my doorstep. So these are washable, microwavable, dishwasher safe, whatever. Easy like plastic containers. They're just like, they're so simple, but they're so good. I actually really love them. Because I don't know, I had like other Ziploc things that were all big and all sorts of stuff, and it was just like, I didn't need it. This is perfect because you can eat out of it as well, and it's like a good portion size for everything. So like the other week, I made a yummy dish, and I had like couscous on, as a bedding. I had like chicken over here, asparagus over here, some like olives, some cut up sweet potatoes, and some like broccoli or something. And it all like fit nicely in the container. I could eat all of it, and it was just wonderful. And that was a good. I wish I would have done a cooking stream on that one, because that one was really good. A tour of the llama den. Yeah, we can tour after. I feel weird like leaving the kitchen for a long time while the oven is open. So I kind of want to sit next to it or whatever. Am I quoting Adam Conover? I don't even know who that is. A year supply of a product before? No, I don't think so. Unless you're saying, I mean, like, I'm sure I have in something that I rarely ever use, you know. I can't think of an example, but like salt, you know, like I bought a big container of salt and that's lasted me like a year and a half. Something like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and check on our chickens again. We're going to go ahead and pop one out just really quickly one more time. Get our llama mitt this time here. And just look really quick and see what the chicken's kind of looking like. Oh, nope, still needs some more cooking. I might close it up because it feels like it's not. It feels like it's not getting hot enough in there, or too much heat is escaping or something. So I may go ahead and close it up now. We can check back on it later. Because that chicken's just not quite cooking long enough for me. 2/3 of chat gonna order pizza or go get a burger. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because if 1/3 of people aren't, if some people eat it, vindication, it's closed. I'm just telling you. I looked at the instruction manual for my oven and it said if broiling, have open. But the chicken's not cooking. It's not cooking well enough. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait on the chicken. And now that it's closed, I guess now we can do like a tour of the llama cave or something like that. That'll work. Let's do that. By the way, anybody who has followed along or subbed or anything like that, I do appreciate it. I don't have any of my notification stuff set, so let's go here. Perfect. Alright. Oops, I just lost one of my cords. There we go, a little bit. Broil with door open. I did, but it wasn't cooking. It wasn't cooking fast enough. That chicken still needed a lot of cooking. So, we're broiling with the door closed now. Otherwise, we'd be here for like another 40 minutes from the looks of that chicken. So here's the kitchen. It's a pretty nice kitchen, you might say. No, it's not really. It's okay. Here's the, I got the lights. There we go. Here's the living room. So as you can see, we've got some pretty cool. We're kind of IT nerd people. Remember this? So we got some little like ship blueprint things, stuff like that. This is. I'm in the middle of trash. Remember how yesterday I was like, I'm cleaning things up? Well, this room is a part of that as well. So we've got some sweet Battlestar Galactica posters on the wall. Never forget who the enemy is. Right? All that. So those kind of surround the walls over here. We've got our Iron Man outfit chilling over here. It's pretty sweet, right? Right there? Yeah? That'll work. I don't really have storage in my apartment. That's one thing, so that kind of stinks. We've got our ski gear right there. I got some new ski boots. So whatever. Now we're gonna walk through the Hall of Darkness. But on this, okay, we can turn the lights on because there's actually some cool things. We've got like TIE Fighter, Death Star, Millennium Falcon over here, and that's Kylo Ren shuttle over there. Next MVS, use that. That'd be cool. Now we can come into my room. So my room's actually pretty big. The lighting's terrible. I'm actually going to turn on my lights so we get some real lighting. That'll help a lot. So I've already showed you guys like doggy painting. I did. We've got our laundry section. I want to show you guys my closet. This is no lie, my closet. Right there. That's it. That is the entirety of my closet. So that's cool. Got my own private bathroom though, which is nice. We've got the place of sleep. There's Mr. Llama number 2 hanging out. He rules the bed. We've got our llamas and llama memorabilia. So any of the cool things that people have sent me. Got a little like llama water bottle. We've got these cool things that Chrono Cobalt made for me. Check those out. So Dalai Lama, Llama Army right there. Pretty sick. Diablo Barbarian. It's bad lighting, hard to see. And then a variety of stuffed llamas, because everybody needs some stuffed llamas for sure. There's the TV. Very simple. I'm donating these bags, so they're kind of in the way. Boots and cats and boots and stuff. There's another helmet. This is like a prototype of our Iron Man. Right here. Helmet. Here's our awesome helmet that we use for the lighting is so like bad over there. There you go. There's our sweet helmet. Right? That dude's pretty cool. And I got like the eyes to have like black in them. So there's like black stuff in this, so it's like completely dark, which is really cool. I like that. how they sent me these things. I have a P.O. box down below. And then here's our streaming setup. How is that? Does that show anything? I don't know. There's our computer down there. It's kind of big. It's kind of hard to see over here. I apologize for the lighting. That's probably a better angle. There's the streaming setup. So we got trip monitors, our lighting, our mic, green screen. It works out pretty nicely. Blinded by the light. That's right. So I like the streaming setup. It's done pretty well. I'll cut those. Perfect. And that's my place. Uh-oh. Smells like things are really cooking now. Maybe we should have left it open. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back, boys. I hope we're not burning things down. How's that? It smells like things are cooking at least, though. That's good. That is good stuff. But maybe too much. Maybe too much. We'll see. Oh no, now we're starting to actually get somewhere. This is good. We're not quite ready yet. They're not quite ready yet, but they're getting there. So note for the future, maybe close the door when broiling. Who really knows? Yeah, the smoke. I've only burned down the house one time in my life, so you know that's pretty good odds overall, I'd say. But the broiling thing is new to me here. The broiling thing is new. So, who knows? That's why I just broil last couple of minutes to crisp, otherwise bake at 350. Well, it was supposed to be like grilled, but we've gone with a broil. I got a text. I don't know how to see that. Ugh. Nah, there's no text. We're good. Is it Broil Girl that told me to do it? Yeah. Even when you're grilling chicken, you should bake it first. Oh man, that's a whole thing. I do not have a pressure cooker. No. Report for giving out false baking facts. I'm sorry. I'm giving them out the best I can. I wish I was better with the broil versus bake discussion debate. Who knows? Good ventilation goes straight to the roof, and the other sensitive wood stuff. There's sensitive wood stuff here. D2 related. Alright, sounds good. Man versus stream, you should make a 500 to 800 donation called Wombo Combo. Makes you save, exit, drop stash, and drop inventory. Oh my gosh. Why does there have to be another option to just destroy Mr. Llama, you know? That's my question. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's already, you know, you can already just do make me drop everything, make me drop my whole stash, and make me save quit the game. But I want to keep the inventory safe, no one. I want to keep the inventory safe. I'm already losing. Remember, I am 2-5 on Man vs. Stream. I'm 2-5 on Man vs. Stream. So I feel like we need to start looking at ways that like I can compete a little bit better, right? I feel like this is we need to start looking there. Including gold, my gosh. I won the Druid and the Sorceress. What is Man vs. Stream? Exclamation mark MVS will show you. I lost the last one. Basically, I just play a character through Diablo 2 and try and beat the game, and chat gets to play against me. Any donation subs, things like that, will all hinder my progress, essentially. What do you think would be the least gear-dependent character? Oh, it was the Sorceress by far. Sorceress by far, and maybe not least gear-dependent, but the fact that she could always telly was so helpful, and she has really strong skills, you know, regardless of gear, so that makes it really helpful. So I could still kind of, whenever something happened, I could at least go farm a little bit, and then get back to it, right? Include planks. I love planks. Planks would be a great physical challenge. How would I set that up? What would you say? A minute plank? 2-minute planks? Watch on Twitch, the video is still loading on YouTube? Are you allowed to pick it up again ever? No. As soon as an item is dropped, it's basically as good as gone from the game. Incentive to get someone to come on and help. It's single player though. What up, Gankle? One piece of equipment to remain on you for a certain amount of time. Right. So the like total, I don't know, everything of it. There's a lot of logistics that you got to be aware of and be careful with, such as I don't want to sit here and have challenge applied your clothes as well. Yeah, we've thought about that. I don't want it to sit there and be too complicated where it's too much to explain, right? So somebody comes on and they're like, hey, and they donate $5 and it's like, drop helm, and they're like, I got the helm, and it's like, well, technically this helm is still allowed to be on because that dude said he could, you know. The only idea I've really liked is that I can personalize an item using Anya's quest, and then any item that's personalized can't be dropped. So I kind of like that idea. I appreciate it. So maybe, I mean, we could have a couple more like White Knight things that's like pick up an item that was dropped. Maybe it'd be something like that. We could make the $4.99 a random. So it's either take 2.5 off, pick up an item that's been dropped this game. Can I do a handstand? Kind of. I would have to like practice a little bit more. You know, I could create a little wheel of the random nice things. Because that's been kind of a thing over the past couple times that's kind of picked up a little more. People actually want to like fight on my side instead of just beat me into the ground. So, I think we something. If you make a Route Ort shield, you shouldn't have to drop that either. Oh, the Route Ort shield. I know. It happens. Get rid of the remove minimap for 5 minutes from tier 1. I like that one because it's a good way to apply, like, we need something. Yeah, the food's cooking right now. Thanks, excited. We need something that can apply to Twitch Prime subs, because a Twitch Prime sub, the way it's coded, I can only have one thing that applies to it. So any Twitch Prime sub will have to be the same exact thing. So I can't set it to like equipment because that hits too often. If I set it to like oven mitt or something like that, I mean, I'm looking at like 5 to 6 hours of oven mitt from Twitch Prime stuff. It just seems bad. So I like the idea of doing like just something like no minimap, right? It's just like a constant, decent one. Not having the minimap often sucks. Even when you're in somewhere like the Chaos Sanctuary or something like that, not having it can still kind of suck. Just add to the rerolls. I just don't like having like so many rerolls, you know? That's the thing. Give it a go on ski goggles. I just don't want to wear ski goggles for that long. That's all. I just don't want to wear ski goggles for that long. It sounds horrible. Yeah. So it's just the way it's coded that's kind of annoying. But it's an easy like catch-all, and it's like difficult enough, like not having minimap sucks enough. But it's also not something that like can ever not happen. It's in the normal one. I could take it out of the normal one if we wanted. How's my shoulder now? It's pretty good. There's still a scar. I doubt anybody can see that. There's still like a scar like that. But, you know, it's pretty much back to normal. Thanks, Subway. If it was just the Prime Awards, then yeah, we could do that. Can I do push-ups that is stored up? We could probably do some. Physical challenges would be entertaining if you had in-game penalties. If you didn't reach your goal. What do you mean exactly? Move a chicken to Blood Raven. Did I consider anything like that? I thought about something like that. I wasn't exactly sure. I mean, it's like I said, the run already takes so long. I didn't want to fill it with a bunch of things that like were just kind of like move a chicken to Blood Raven, or whatever. You know, I think that's my thing is I didn't want to get it to that point. All right, these things are. Let's check them again. Let's check these puppies again. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this one. I've used all my good knives. Give a look at the chicken here. Still needs a tiny bit more. It's really close. It is really close. But it's not quite there. Really close. Needs a little bit more cooking. Yeah. Definitely should just have that closed from the beginning. I don't know why nobody mentioned in chat that we should close it. Everybody said keep it open. I was like, are you guys sure? And they were like, yes, for certain. But that's what I get for listening to Twitch chat, I guess, huh? I just rent this place. It's alright. It's a place to live. Nope, nobody said that. It's a place to live, so I don't mind it. Get a little water. I haven't ever thought of Zimbabwe. I'm in Oklahoma, so it's not bad. I mean, Oklahoma as a state, you know. But the nice parts are low cost of living, and I don't have to like I like cities, but there's, you know, it's just like parking expenses and traffic, and anytime you go to a restaurant, it's super annoying, and just like, you know, it's like always a wait, all sorts of things like that. So it's just Texas's hat, pretty much. And so I really like that, like, I pretty much don't have any of that here. Like, I can go to a really nice restaurant and just show up, and they're like, hey, get some food, you know, here you go, sure. And they'll just seat you immediately, or like 5 minutes wait, you know. So there are benefits with that. Have I ever tried rock climbing, bouldering? Yeah, I really like it. I really like that. That's one of the things that I don't like so much about Oklahoma and stuff, is I really love like skiing and rock climbing, bouldering, things like that. And there's just there's just not a lot of good stuff like that out here. I mean, there's no skiing. And even like bouldering and stuff, there's just not a lot of like good places for it. Right, Colorado. So I go to Colorado a lot for all those things. Pretty much, just a state over. So, what's my favorite city? That's tough. I really like Dallas. I grew up in Dallas. I really like it. It's just like the right amount of like space out. It's a little busy, I would say. Question sensitive. Yeah, I've thought about that. Thought about that. I really like Dallas. I went to Milwaukee. Milwaukee was great, actually. Anybody hearing from Milwaukee? That was actually a really cool city. I enjoyed it. Chicago is pretty cool. A little big for me. Very beautiful, but maybe a little bit too big. Well, I have Gamble half the gold. I already have that with though. Thanks, Marjan. You thought you sensed my Dallas accent? Yeah. It might be subtle. Cooking chicken. Yeah, it's cooking. DC's okay. Once again, too big and stuff. I really want to visit, you know, like I like Colorado. I like some of the areas around there. But I don't know if I'd want to live in Colorado, like in Denver, Boulder, one of those areas. I feel like there's, like, I love the fact that it's really active, right? Obviously, for me, I love being active. I love running and hiking and bouldering and skiing and all those things. So I think I would really like to live somewhere that's more involved in that stuff, which is like not Oklahoma, because Oklahoma is a more obese state that doesn't have a lot of like, I mean, just there's not a lot of facilities and things like that that are really built around it, and not a lot of like groups and things to go work out with. I've got a friend up in, or aunt in Duluth, but that gets too cold. That's my only thing. You're in Milwaukee now. Nice. Nice. But yeah, but that's the thing. Anywhere up there, I hate a winter that's terrible. I hate a winter that's terrible. That's like, oh my gosh. And you know, when you start getting up to Duluth and you know, Milwaukee and all that stuff, beautiful summers, but just the worst winters ever. 4 months a year, it's great. You think I'd love living in New Zealand? I've never really thought about living overseas. I've always wanted to kind of live in South Korea, personally. I love Korean food's probably my favorite food. So I think it would be awesome to go there. And I love just like the language and the people and everybody that I've met, at least, that's Korean and stuff. I've always been really interested. But winter is great for skiing. Snow is best for visiting, exactly. I want to go visit it, ski in it, and then go home. And I am a StarCraft fanboy as well. So I do think South Korea would be really fun to go like live in. But that's such like a weird dream to have, I guess. Because like I live in America, in Central America. I work a full-time job, like all of this stuff, all of my like finances and family and everything is like here. And so the idea of like moving international, whether it be to Europe or to, Korea or Japan or something like that, is just like mind-blowing to me. Like I don't know if I could wrap my head around it. And I would love to, though. I think it would be so cool, but it's like, I just don't know how I can make that a reality, and also without like sacrificing life, kind of, if that makes sense. And it's kind of a weird way to say it, right? But it's like, I feel like if I did that, I'd go there and just like burn through all my savings to do it. And then I'd come back and be like, that was cool. What's that, Washington or Oregon? Yeah, I've thought about those. But I'd be like, that was cool. And then I'd be like, but now like I gotta start over again. Like I feel like I would come back and start over, essentially. So, but moving within the States doesn't bother me that much. How often do I go to the gym? I don't. I haven't been to the gym in a while. Probably like a year and a half at least. Yeah, let's check out my chicken again. So I was a college athlete. I did decathlons and track and stuff. So I used to like work out 20 hours a week and then go to the gym 4 days a week and lift and all that stuff. But since then, I haven't done much. I've done a couple lifting routines in between. But now I just run. I honestly just run 2 to 3 times a week. And it'll be like sprints and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll incorporate push-ups and ab workouts and stuff. But I haven't really lifted or anything. Alright, let's check on this stuff. Hold on a minute. It gotta be close, right? I just can't tell very well. I'm pretty bad at this. You go there, and then go number 2. See what you look like. The potatoes and stuff are looking great. I just don't know how much I trust the chicken right now. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys in chat. So chicken's kind of like, can you see that? It's like brown, and I'm guessing that's fine. It's not red. It's like a gray-brown in areas. This has gone from the cooking channel to the, what do you guys think? I wish I had a meat thermometer, that would be helpful. You need to have a thermometer, really. Gosh darn it. I need a meat thermometer. I mean, they're looking pretty good. I just want to be like, you know, you want to be sure with chicken, that's all. Should probably get a thing to put these on. Let's do this number. You want to be pretty sure with chicken. Well, those got cooked a little bit more. Looks like 3 of these cooked really well and a couple others didn't cook as well. Alright, we'll take a look. We'll take a look on these guys. That's pretty good. That looks fine. That looks fine. Okay, I think these 2 need to go back in. I think it's just those 2. They were accidentally on the bottom rack, and I think when broiling, that might be a problem. Yeah. So those guys can go in for a tiny bit longer. And you can as well. Alright, so these 3 were bottom rack, these 3 were top rack. It looks like top rack is doing alright. Bottom racks need another couple minutes. But they're very close. They're very close, so that's good. I think that one, yeah. So the lesson that we've learned here is just bake the stupid chicken. That's a lot easier. You don't have to worry nearly as much. But hey, first time broiling. First time for everything, right? Perfect. Anyways. New Llama cooking show? Yep, we're working on it. So this is how a lot of my cooking goes, honestly. So it's not, this won't be the last time. I don't like sardines that much. This won't be the last time that we cook, for sure. And this won't be the last time that we mess up, and this won't be the last time that we learn something new. Guaranteed. So, now, since we have these 3, we can go ahead and start doing a little number on these. So what we've got here, we've got our little mixtures. Just going to kind of pop these puppies in. Shake it all up. Beautiful. The hair is out of there. Perfect. Numero uno. Dos. These will just be nice, easy meals for a little bit later. And quattro. Like I said, if you want to like cut the chicken up a little bit, you can. I mean, I'll probably cut into a couple of bite-sized pieces here. Make it a little easier for later on when I'm eating. We probably could have done that beforehand if we wanted, but oh well. Now works too. So yeah, voila. We have a nice and simple chicken and potatoes recipe here. It's a little fatty. Perfect. And it's okay to have different crispiness on each potato and stuff like that. It's not always going to be the exact same. And if you want to kind of get a different grill on each of those, you can kind of go in there halfway through and flip everything around. That can be easy enough. Right there. Perfect. Yummy. Yummy. No llama sauce over the food? No, I think it's pretty simple like that. I mean, I put that kind of spice mix on prior. I think that'll be good enough. I'm not too worried about needing to add a rub or anything. Put those two in the fridge. Get rid of these. You can dig in. I didn't see your joke, you can go again. Meat and potatoes. It's nice and easy, right? Nice simple way to get some good food groups and everything. I mean, I've got the broiler on high, so I don't think it's too low. So, who really knows? Who really knows? Bon appetit. Describe taste. It's good. It's a very simple taste, right? Tastes like chicken and potatoes and mushrooms with a little bit of seasoning on top. For sure. There you go. It tastes healthy. Yep. I mean, you're not going to get any fancy sugary taste or anything like that. But if you like just kind of a natural taste, And once again, you can add more salt and pepper and things like that if you'd like. This is still a great time to do that if you want. And you'll be fine. And something that I like to do, or something that I like about a dish like this, is that it's not too like crazy with everything. So it's maybe tastes a little bit blander. Carrots work as well than like you would normally expect, but it's great for multiple meals, right? So if I have a meal that's like really full of a ton of spice and things like that, you eat it like 1, 2, 3 times maybe, and then you're like, I don't want any more of this. Like I'm just tired of it. So it's really nice when it's, you know, you kind of add a little like mixture, or it's not quite as like strong, and so you can kind of eat more meals of it, things like that. I like eating. I'm sorry. I do. What time do we have, guys? Central time. I have not. That sounds pretty yummy, though. I've got some soy sauce and cream. You could make a little extra side dish there. That'd be yummy. 10:30 already? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When did it get so late? When did it get so late, everybody? Wow. So, next cooking stream, maybe Sunday, maybe I'll just do Monday again. I guess I can get my schedule for the upcoming week. So tomorrow, I think I want to do a Hell Hardcore Sorceress run. Wednesday, not sure yet. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm still debating. I might have another run in there at some point, one of those 2 days. And then maybe like an online day or something. Friday, I'm going to go do an IRL stream, I think, at the mall down in Tulsa. With Cake Girl. I think that's the plan right now. Then Saturday, we're going to do the Melee Sorceress. And Sunday, I don't know. We'll see how bad the Melee Sorceress is and how much I want to do on Sunday. But then next week, I think I want to make like a shawarma chicken meal. This is potatoes and meat. It's one that I've made before. It's got some good veggies and stuff. Pretty simple. But really good. It's really good. So I think I might make that one. And that would be a great one. Chicken and potatoes would be great in a serving of instant ramen. I do love instant ramen. That might be like my vice or whatever. Instant ramen's pretty darn good. I don't eat it like at all, but I like it. I like it anyways. It's only okay since Cake Girl's there. Thanks. Yo, what up, man, boy? How's it going? Salmon steak, asparagus, potatoes. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Clean bedroom. Looks straight a lot better than my chicken. Wow. Thanks. Thanks, bud. Delicious. Alright, let's check these other chickens out. They gotta be pretty close. My lighting is just really bad. I know it's kind of yellow. I know. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I can just cut all the chicken up, make sure it's cooked all the way through. Looks like it is. Beautiful. That'll work. Good. Yeah, meat thermometer is helpful. I will agree to that. A meat thermometer, probably not a terrible idea. I should consider it in the future. I'll agree to that. We'll just reuse this container and save one. And voila! It took a little bit extra long cooking than we had anticipated. Pink is flavor. Gotta be careful with it. Since I don't have a meat thermometer, I just go for no pink. Or just go for no pink, personally. But yeah, simple as that. We box them all up. And now we have lunch and dinner for the next 3 days, roughly. Something around there. Always nice and simple. What time am I streaming tomorrow? I'll probably be starting around like 6:30, 7. I would imagine. Something along those lines. Clean. 6:30 or 7 is my guess for what time we're starting tomorrow. We'll just clean up a tiny bit. Make sure that you have turned your oven off. I made that mistake one time. I've only burned down my house a couple of times though, so overall been pretty successful. My brother is a doctor, that's true. Aw, it stinks plabs. Meat thermometers don't work well for chicken. It's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Bueno. Let's roll. Oh, did I show you guys my game collection? I don't know if I got to. So here's my board game collection. Right here. Like that. So we've got kind of, I mean, it's kind of built into patterns. If I'm going to show you guys
favorite game, I think I have like 70 games here. One of my favorite games, Twilight Struggle. Amazing game, 2-player game about the Cold War. Very, very, very ridiculous. I've also really been enjoying Letters from Whitechapel. It's about, what's his name? Jack the Ripper. Kind of like a chase to catch him. And then Pandemic Legacy. We finished this, and that was an amazing game. Oh, it's so good. So I've really enjoyed those. A lot of good games on here, though. A lot of good games. Where's Catan? Catan is down there. See it? Right under there. Right under Concept, which is also a fantastic game. But yeah, Catan's one of those great starter basic games. Then you kind of move. That was like the first one, right? And then after that, I started moving into a lot more games and things of that nature. So, anyways, with that, nerd alert, yeah, probably. Yeah, I've got Zombicide, it's good. It's a good one. With that, I guess it's already 10:40. I guess there's nothing really, you know, we finished our cooking and stuff. So it'd just be like Llama sitting on his bed. Stream or something. So I guess we can end it here. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7, let's say. 6:30 or 7. Something like that. I think that'll be good. So 6:30 or 7 p.m. Central. I will see you then. I hope you guys have a great night. I've got a schedule. If you go to mrlawmsc.com/schedule, there should be an idea of when I'm streaming. I can try and update that more. We'll see. We'll see as it goes. It's all the stuff behind me. It's my stream. It's my stream setup. And then my helmet. Other helmet. One helmet. Whatever stuff. Anyways, good night, guys. Hope you have a great one. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, if you cooked along, hopefully it went a little bit better, a little shorter than ours. Whatever not. But have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.